Hey everyone, just before we get into this week's episode, which was recorded yesterday, 23 July, today is Friday, 24 July, as we finish up the editing. Last night, Bitcoin started to make a bit of a rumble. Graeme was analyzing the market and saw an opportunity. So he has shared that opportunity and that trade that he is opening on our Telegram group. So we're going to take you through this chart and his spreadsheet, which explains the buy order, his stop loss, his take profit target, the margin that he's entered as well. We're going to take you through that entire trade at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. Hey, welcome to this edition of the Global Crypto Market Analysis. I'm your host, James Preston.
And I'm Graeme Tennant.
And this edition proudly sponsored by two separate companies. The first one is Bitcoin Events. They are the hosts of the upcoming DeFi conference. It is a virtual conference and it's free. It's happening on the 5th of August. Just simply go to bitcoinevents.co.za to find out more details, where to register, and find out all about the latest in decentralized finance. So if you want to find out more, bitcoinevents.co.za, 5th of August, don't miss it. The other company sponsoring today is Stewards. Stewards are a licensed financial services provider and they are offering an incredible cash management strategy, regulated cash management strategy, which allows you to take advantage of the price inefficiencies of the Bitcoin price. So if you would like to take advantage of that, simply email offer@globalcrypto.tv and we will put you in touch with Stewards and how you can take advantage of their offer. Offer@globalcrypto.tv. Now, Graeme, let's get into it. Some exciting things happening in the market this week at the moment.
Yes, it is, and looks like the crypto market is finally coming alive. Well, at least some of your bigger caps are coming alive. We've had some activity in the old coins the last little while, but yeah, Bitcoin's obviously been rather sleepy, and hence the fact that we haven't done this for some time now. But things seem to be hotting up a little bit. So yeah, good time to get some info out to our viewers.
Take us through a couple of the charts. You have quite a few to take us through and to go through. The first one is the actual US dollar strength. I mean, that's something that is interesting to see because a lot of macro trend analysts have been talking about an upcoming push in dollar strength, but right now that's not the case.
Yeah, so I'm keen to start here because this gives you an indication of what's happening in traditional markets, and obviously Bitcoin doesn't and crypto doesn't operate in a complete vacuum. So it's good to know what's happening in other areas of the market as well. And the big trend that we've seen the last couple of months is dollar strength. Sorry, dollar weakness, as you mentioned. So this chart here shows the almost more than 5% drop in dollar value versus other currencies. So this is just one metric to get an idea of the dollar strength. But clearly this is pointing to the fact that we've been in a period of dollar weakness, and that has very interesting implications for other areas of the market, including crypto. When it comes down to the specific reason, they've multiple reasons that go into what influences the dollar price, and this is where sometimes it's nice to take a pure technical analyst view and just say, look, I can see that we are in a weakening period. So I can now take this information into the different other different trades I'm looking to put on. But yeah, it's a space to watch, and obviously with the proliferation of dollars along with other fiat currencies, it's very interesting to see how this story is going to develop.
And that would obviously spell good news for your other anti-fiat markets, gold, silver, etc. Am I right?
Yes, so this has created the conditions for precious metals in particular to really move strongly to the upside, and silver has been the standout performer when you do compare it to gold. So this is a monthly chart, and we can see the last couple of months have been really positive. I'm going to go in on a weekly chart here to have a closer look. So these red candles here that was around the Corona sell-off period that we had in March, and then we can see this epic recovery where we went back to the previous price, and now this last week we've really put our our rocket boosters on, and we're moving really nicely on the silver price. So this is where my attention has really been, and part of the reason I've been fairly inactive on the crypto side is because I have been focused on the precious metals. So this really creates a backdrop for now looking at how this scenario is, potentially positioning for crypto to potentially follow the same lead that the precious metals have kicked off.
And do you think that is possible and likely? I mean, is this painting for you a picture that anti-fiat markets, which a lot of analysts do talk about, is this painting a picture that those markets are now really going to get going? And would that translate into a move for Bitcoin?
Yeah, so look, I mean, Bitcoin hasn't had the same move as the precious metals have. And yeah, we're waiting to see if some of that sentiment is going to spill over. But I think it's important to recognize that the same investment principles or investment thesis are prevalent for your precious metals as well as your cryptos, because they are seen as that anti-fiat, a hedge against an inflationary environment due to the central banking activities, where money printing is the name of the game at the moment. So yes, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we do now see a good push to the upside on Bitcoin, and even more aggressively potentially on Ethereum and some of the other altcoins. Let me go out one step further just so we can see the bigger picture here. So I've gone onto the weekly chart. I've got a very basic symmetrical triangle on a longer term chart that we've covered a few times, and just to reiterate, we need to get a decent break above this upper trend line to get really positive, but we are seeing a significant buildup of volatility and pressure that we've been waiting for a number of weeks now to play out with more certainty or conviction.
Right.
We are getting this build up, and this is right on that upper trend line. It is starting to look like a symmetrical triangle. It is long in the tooth, which kind of moved me away from focusing on it in too much detail. But yeah, if we can challenge this upper resistance trend line on the shorter term, and we can get above that, then we just need to break up above the trend line on the larger term and longer term time frame, and then we really are looking pretty good.
All right. Well, any other final comments before we wrap it up for today?
No, I think that was a good one. I think we've covered quite a bit. Let's see if we can do maybe an altcoin episode, or even go through maybe the setup of a specific trade and some of the risk management parameters that I've been sharing on the group. That might be something we can cover in a future episode.
Absolutely. Well, there we go. Graeme, thank you so much. And for those of you that are watching this and not part of our group, it's very simple. The link will be right there in the YouTube description, a link to our Telegram group. You are welcome to join us on WhatsApp if you email us or get in touch on Twitter, but the WhatsApp groups obviously are limited, so it's difficult. But everything that is posted on the WhatsApp group gets posted on Telegram, where there is an unlimited amount of users allowed. So please join us there on Telegram, where you can contribute and find out more about what the rest of the community are doing. So Graeme, thanks so much. Okay, so now that the analysis is over, this was recorded yesterday, Thursday 23 July. This is Friday 24 July, and at midnight a couple of things happened in the market after recording our market analysis, and Graeme was checking out the markets and the chart and thought, you know what, there's a bit of a trade here, a Bitcoin US dollar trade, an opportunity to go long based on his analysis. And so we thought we'd jump in and just quickly run through that trade and how to open up a trade and really make it practical. We'll look at his trade, but also look at how you can open a long on ByBit. Obviously you need to be safe, you need to be careful, because trading with leverage is extremely dangerous. Okay, so Graeme sent through this chart on our Telegram channel, and you can see here that it's a symmetrical triangle on the daily chart, which looks like it's about to break out, and since recording it has continued to look pretty fruitful, or rather since publishing this at midnight last night, so you can see when Graeme does his trading. So you can see he's eyeing out some targets up here, and then he's explained his trade. Round 2, this time on Bitcoin US dollar, similar to ETH USD. He's gone for 2 separate trades, because what happened was on the ETH trade, he was waiting for a pullback to enter, and then he would be in the market, but it never pulled back, and so he missed the trade. It hit target of 273, 274 US dollars, but never pulled back to his entry point. So he's gone a little bit, he's being conservative here with two trades, one being a market entry in essence, the other being a more limit order where he's eyeing out where he would like to enter the market. So there's 2 entrances here. You'll see here he says 9556 is his target of the triangle, of the breakout, but he's actually referring to 10556. He did make a mistake, he confirmed with me. Right, so we're just going to take you through one of these. They're both very similar. One just has a lower entry, you can see there. So this is Graeme's spreadsheet where he works out his risk to reward ratio, what his entry is going to be, what his stop loss is going to be, what he's going to risk, and what his margin is going to be. So he's going to leverage at 6.6 on this specific trade. The other trade is a little bit more risky. He leverages 15x, but here he's leveraging at 6.6, and so let's run through this. So his buy is 9,500 US dollars, which now let's have a look if that's in a similar area. Yeah, so it's hovering around there, so it would be good to enter a market entry if you wanted. His stop loss is pretty low, 9172. That's not a tight stop loss, so he's giving himself room to play. He's going to risk 150 US dollars on a margin of 6.6, or leveraging it up at 6.6. That means he is in the market for 650 US dollars. So he's putting up 150 US dollars, but he is in the market for 650. So that means he will get the profits based on that. But that of course means his liquidation price is much higher. It makes it a little bit more risky. But the nice thing with ByBit is we found that none of their stop loss features have ever broken. They've never had a problem with their stop loss features, which they offer. If you enter a trade, you can enter your stop loss and you'll take profits. So if you don't know how to trade on ByBit, what we've done is we've actually created a separate tutorial for you, how to buy some crypto on VALR, and then how to send that crypto across from VALR to ByBit and open up a trade on ByBit. So if we've created the YouTube link in the link of this, or in the description of this YouTube video. Click on that link. It'll take you to the tutorial on how to open a trade on ByBit. I hope you enjoy it. This episode proudly sponsored by Bitcoin Events, who are putting on that DeFi conference 5th of August. DeFi experts from around the world going to be speaking online. It's a free entrance. Go to bitcoinevents.co.za to find out more. And then, of course, also thanks to our sponsor, Stewards. Stewards are a licensed financial services provider, and they have a cash management strategy which takes advantage of price inefficiencies in the Bitcoin markets around the world. So if you'd like to take advantage of that from a licensed FSP, simply email offer@globalcrypto.tv to find out more, and we will help you get in touch with them. So until next week, from myself, James Preston.
And myself, Graeme Tennant.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Cheers for now.